Side note, just to add on to the Florida pylon, it seems that now that Disney has outsmarted Ron DeSantis on its takeover of Disney World special taxing district.
Surprise, surprise! A corporation outdoes the public arm that's supposed to corral them.
Yeah, it was kind of entertaining. I mean, DeSantis is right. I've said it before, for all the wrong reasons. But
it's funny to have everyone rooting for a corporation to defeat the will of the people. That's what I think is really ironic.
Well, that's what I mean. It's for all the wrong reasons. He's doing it out of spite,
right?
Because of the statement they made,
right?
But it had so they've
got to flex their power to show people openly that corporations rule this country, and in this instance, people are actually rooting for it, which I think is very. It's a weird place to be.
It is a weird place to be because it's like your logic versus emotions at this point. I mean, if I'm going to put it plainly,
that's kind of where you go with. You're like, wow.
Because the thing is that DeSantis is not the will of the people. Like, it's the thing. There was no referendum. Now, whether or not this should ever existed in the first place or should is an interesting topic. But it's not like the people spoke out in opposition to this. He's doing this because he got dirt in his eye, right? And so he wants to. He wants to throw stuff back at Disney.
He is the people's representative because he supposedly won his election fair and square. The majority of the people voted him in to do what.
But he's only doing this because Disney actually looked out for the people. You know, it's a weird. It's some weird paradox.
It's a.
But anyway,
Kobayashi Maru.
But so there, he was outsmarted by Disney, which has got some comedic value to it. So the governor's next threat now is that he owns a piece of property. The state owns a piece of property adjacent to Disney, and the governor is threatening to build a state prison on that property and to add new state inspection requirements for theme park rides and its monorail system.
Okay.
So he's trying to turn the screws in other ways.
Yeah, of course, because I mean he's petty, and instead of governing his state, he's going to war with the single biggest money driver for that state, which of course makes complete logical sense because
it might be one of the biggest draws this country has, period.
There's nothing better than to put the screws to your biggest tourist attraction, hugest money generator for your state. Nothing like depressing the economy of your state in order to stay in office. There's nothing like that. I've never seen anything like it. Not only that, but for someone who has their eyes on the presidency, nothing like running on depressing your state's economy to say, if you like what I've done here, wait until I get into the Oval. If you don't like having money and having jobs in America, vote for me. Big boy DeSantis over here. I'll make sure that no corporations want to come here for the remainder of my term as president. That's going to be so much fun.
Also, just saying, I think an early version of Mickey is now hitting the public domain. So I'm really curious to see the political cartoons that'll come out of this now that the New Yorker can use Mickey.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, that's great. Great. Copyright. Thank God. So I guess we're what are we, 70 years past the death of Walt Disney at this point then? Must be.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like the Steamboat Willie version.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because it's got to be because the copyright law is ridiculous in this country. That's why we don't have innovation, because literally the way you get innovation is by taking old ideas and improving on them. In America, you can't take old ideas, so there is no improvement. And then we wonder why we can't have nice things.